All right, the second fundamental shot you need to master to get to 5-0 is the second shot, the serve return. You just told me that you think this is the most underrated shot of all pickleball?
The most underrated shot in all of pickleball.
Okay,
for sure.
Why? Talk me through that.
It literally can change the way your game goes.
Okay.
Could be the difference between winning and losing. The quality of your serve returns could be the difference between you winning and losing a game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well then I want to know that in depth. Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Okay, to master the shot, we're gonna go over the 3 things that we're gonna cover. First is technique, second is strategy, and third are drills that you can do to ultimately master this shot.
Perfect. Cool. Let's dive in.
Okay.
We'll start with technique, taking a look at 3 technique-based things we want to be doing when we're hitting our serve return.
Okay.
Number 1 is by far the most important, by far the most overlooked, and it is space creation. So if you haven't yet, go back, watch our previous video on the serve.
Yeah.
Because what we're looking for in our serve is players who don't space.
Yeah.
If they're not spacing around the returns, we're going to continue to serve deep right at their body because they will naturally kind of jam themselves. So they're giving us an easy return to come in and crash. So we don't want to be that person. We want our opponent to be that person. I want you guys learning to space around the ball. So that's gonna be step number 1. And really what that comes down to is footwork patterns.
Okay.
Being very particular about the way you're moving to the ball. So I always say your first step should really never be to the ball.
Okay.
That's something you want to happen with time. Most of the time, your first step on a serve return should be out this way if I'm creating a forehand, because now I can come around and create space here, right? Or out with my left foot here to create space around the ball. So as you can see, I'm kind of, and you could do this without crossing. You could do this here and kind of shuffle step and collect, right? So you could do this, or you could do cross if it's a little bit shorter. But either way, my first step is moving like at a diagonal or sideways angle. Yeah. I'm never gonna like rush forward, because what happens to my paddle when that happens?
You're jamming yourself.
Kind of connects, right? So I want to space my leg and my paddle and then move to the ball in that fashion. So I can get a good strong return through the ball.
Okay. Great.
So space creation, kind of general. We want space, but specific in the sense that it really comes down to footwork.
Okay.
We don't want to be running straight at the ball lined up in a straight line.
Okay, great.
2, kind of similar to the serve, is contact point.
Okay.
Kind of goes hand in hand with spacing. If we're spacing well, then we should have a good, well-spaced contact point. Again, I'm a big fan of kind of looking at my left knee and drawing a line outwards. That's where I'm trying to contact my serve in an ideal world. If someone has a very aggressive serve that's pushing me, again, that's why I'm going to create space first.
Yeah.
Right? Because then I can create space and still have my contact point here.
Yeah, for the return on that.
Yeah, so right out in front of that left knee for all you right-handed players. For all you left-handed players, it's going to be out in front of your right knee.
Yeah. Okay.
And then step 3 is a little bit of body mechanics. So the one thing you don't want to do through your return is hit a super lofty return.
Yeah.
Unless you have a very specific scouting report on someone who struggles with that, I probably wouldn't recommend hitting returns that look like this. Right? Yeah. Even if it's going deep, they're going to have a lot of time to get around that ball and have some fun with
drive
their
it
third.
back at you.
And you're in a transition period,
yeah.
so taking a third shot drive in transition is a tough thing. So what I find that comes down to is your chest. So this is kind of going to be our third step, is like body mechanics, keeping our chest down and our hips back. Super important to hitting a good return. That's what gets you returns like this, that are a little bit flatter, but still have that really good depth that we're talking about. The one thing I see most commonly is when I coach people, they're like, oh, okay, I'm going to start here. And then through contact, they don't realize they're actually lifting. So you could start here, but if you finish here, it's not going to make much of a difference. So we want to start here. We want to rotate through with that chest down.
Okay.
So let's do a few where I'm going to toss you some, and we'll kind of see what you're doing well and what we can continue to focus on.
Okay.
Cool.
Great.
So these will be all forehands.
Okay.
I'm not going to be tossing the ball fast because I just want you really focusing on those 3 steps.
Yep.
Once you master those, I'll go back and I'll start serving a little bit harder to you. Cool.
So yeah, usually I'm about here.
Space,
Yep.
contact point, and chest.
Okay, I
And
got it.
already I can see in that practice swing,
I'm up.
when you're opening, your chest is opening. Like when you're opening your body around the ball,
Okay.
your chest is opening. So open while keeping the chest down. See that? There. Now we're talking.
I gotta stay low.
Even when
It's
you're practicing,
crazy.
you don't want to practice the wrong things, right? So
Stay low.
that's right. That's right. You got it.
Okay.
Yeah. Hips back, chest forward.
Hips back,
Ready?
chest forward. Okay.
So it's gonna be a nice easy toss.
Okay.
And then again, guys, we do have those cones out in my mind, that kind of represents the last third of the court as we had discussed. So I think at a minimum, hitting for that depth is like the minimum requirement. With the chest down, we should be getting some good punch on the return as well. So in an ideal world, this ball's crossing no higher than like your chest level, right? And it's landing in the last third. When we get to the strategy section, we'll get a lot more specific with spots we're gonna hit and why. But for now, when you're first learning this, let's just go for depth and a decent height, about chest height if possible.
Cool. Great.
Here we go. Ready?
Yep.
Space, go. Yeah, all good, all good. One thing I should mention.
Yeah.
Kind of like a bonus fourth step here, if you will. Unlike the serve where we're twisting and landing, I actually want you running through this ball.
Oh yeah, because that was what you'd be doing.
Yeah, so this is like, this isn't really technique. It's more of like, what are we doing to get to the kitchen after we hit this ball? So I don't want you running through contact because that's gonna be rushed. So what I always say is like, hit and slide. So I'm sliding on contact. I'm sliding. See my right foot's like sliding. Then once the ball's gone, I'm running.
Gotcha.
But I'm not gonna run as I'm hitting.
Okay.
It's just too rushed. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So let's try and finish up to like here.
Okay.
Really transfer through that ball with those legs.
Great.
Ready?
Yep.
Here. Transfer through. That's better. You see how that ball
felt
carried
way
a lot
more natural even.
Good. Perfect. Again, we want to use those bigger muscles in our legs, right? Here. Great return.
Felt a little jammed. I probably needed to get maybe a little bit.
Oh, good. Yeah. If you felt that paddle come in, that's a good thing to maybe just take a little
maybe
extra
a little
half
bit
step
more
wider.
of
Yeah.
Okay.
Here we go.
Yep.
Yeah. So I kind of created space for you on that.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people don't realize is, right, because I tossed you the ball wider.
Yeah.
You see how you already have space here. You didn't have to create it.
Sure.
So you guys have to, on your returns, really focus on creating space when they are jamming you at your body with their serve. That's the hardest ball to create.
Easier when it's a toss, harder when it's coming at you, you know?
Isn't that contrary to what you hear a lot, right? What I hear a lot is like, oh, that corner serve is crazy. But like someone like you, no offense, who struggles with spacing a little bit,
I do.
It's kind of creating the space for you.
Yeah.
You don't have to space well on a ball out there. Space is already there.
Yep.
The harder one to space on is actually here. So what I'm gonna keep doing is tossing right at your body. Because I want you creating the space, not the ball.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yep, makes sense.
So you create the space here. Yep. So your first step was perfect. It was like around.
Oh, good.
Now the last thing, I just need more legs transfer through.
Right.
But the technique was good. Yeah.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
Out and around, go. Yes, all good, all good. Chest, I don't think ever got over the ball. It's not that you popped up, but I don't think it ever actually started there in the first place. Yeah. Chest down. Chest down, go. That's a ball. That's a really good ball.
Yeah,
now, if you guys are missing for practice sake, okay, I always say, whether you're practicing or playing rec, if you are not missing in practice or rec, 2 or 3 out of every 10 balls just long, you're not getting better. So that one missed, but like by a foot.
Yeah.
Very good miss. Now, if we're hitting the back wall from here, I'm a little concerned. We're swinging a little wild. Let's do it. Come on. Here we go. Around. Great. Now, that one, I would push you to actually get a little bit more beyond those cones. That makes sense? Yeah.
Yep.
Good. Here. Yeah. That was perfect spacing.
That one felt
You were like on your left hand in front of your knee here. I felt like the previous one, you were like reaching a little bit and you got a little bit off balance.
Cool.
That was perfect. Show me one more good one.
Yep, you're right.
Chest down. There we go. Nice.
That felt
perfect.
Much better.
I mean, when your chest is down, you've been pretty consistent. So I'd say for you, that's probably the biggest thing. All right, guys. So I'm actually going to have Bragan serve me a few just to kind of show you my thought process through my return. I'm going to do a little bit of live talking on this. So depending on where Bragan hits me his serve, I'll kind of tell you guys what I'm thinking and why. So the 2 serves that I'm kind of expecting from Bragan, if I position here, it's going to be pretty difficult to access my backhand here. So I'm expecting either a body serve or a serve wide. So really my mentality is on if I'm getting a body serve, you'll see me space very quickly, very early to contact early and then move through that ball. Versus if he serves me out here, I'm just more worried about contact because the space is already there. So you can feel free to mix in any serve. We'll get a little variety here.
I need to practice my serve.
It's due, right?
That was
you can
great.
see I'm really using my legs transferring through that ball. That was kind of an in-betweener. Felt like that was a very friendly serve to someone like me because you created space and then it wasn't super deep. But as you guys can see, I still had my contact point out in front of that left knee. Contacting, dragging, and then running through after I contact the ball. That's really key. I don't want you guys to practice this where you're hitting at the same time as you're running. That's going to destroy your return. Good. So Bragan, I'm not sure if you can feel this on the other side. The other thing I'm trying not to do is I'm trying not to kill the ball.
Yeah.
It's got some good pace.
You're just consistently right in the steep area.
Right? It's got some pace,
yeah,
but it's nothing like a forehand drive or a serve in terms of power. I'm hitting this at like 50% power, but 2 balls in a row now I've hit baseline, right? So as long as your chest is over, the ball's gonna be flat. Go for depth. You can work power into games, but depth is non-negotiable.
Awesome.
Yeah. So that one was probably your best serve because I really had to space on that ball because you went body.
More body.
So if I would have taken my first step to the ball there, I would have been in trouble because you hit a really good body serve. So my first step, I think, was around, either with my right or left foot, I kind of forget. But I did feel myself get around to create that space.
Cool.
Good serve. One more.
One more.
Yeah, space was already there on that one. That was an easy one. And that's honestly what I'm thinking is like, that's an easy serve for me to return.
Great.
Because you're doing half the work for me. You're creating the space for me. So I saw that space. I'm just worried about depth and contact point now.
Makes sense. Okay, so we just went over all the technique needed. Now let's get into the strategy, what we're looking for with this return.
Let's do it, yeah.
Okay.
Strategy definitely comes into play here because you guys have good technique now. Should be able to be placing the ball in some good spots with some good depth. We just want to kind of talk through double strategy specifically in terms of spots we want to hit and why. So now we're not only talking about depth, we're talking about left, middle, right. So let's talk through some of the options that we have there. Okay. My main consideration with my return is setting my partner up for success.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
So if I'm all the way back here, behind the baseline, the other team is serving to me, I'm hitting a serve return. You're obviously all the way up there.
Yep.
I want to set you up for success as my partner because you're in a better court position.
Yeah.
So a couple things to consider here would be spots that are gonna make you the most successful. Okay. So let's say, for example, this is not what I recommend, but for example, let's say I return to this far corner. Okay. Here, that's my return. To their forehand, that right side's forehand. I'm in transition still. So maybe I'm here if it's not so good of a return, right?
Yeah, I would
You're
have
up
to
there.
be.
So the reason I don't love that spot to return to in this situation is because it opens up a lot of angles for them to make your life difficult.
Yeah.
So from there, people, first of all, they prefer their forehands. So they're gonna be comfortable there, right? They could drive down your line.
Yep.
You could drive at your body. They could drive inside. They can drop cross as I'm in transition. Kind of opening the door for them.
the whole court.
Yeah. So I'm not the biggest fan of that for that reason. I'm trying to make your life easier, and that's kind of making your life harder. So
Yeah.
it's the opposite of what we want, right? What I would like to see with us in these specific situations is a return that either targets the right side player's backhand
Okay.
or the left side player's backhand.
Gotcha.
So for a lot of people, hitting this linear return is difficult. So you don't need to do that in a high stakes situation like a tournament, right, where points matter. You could go inside foot on that person because if you're able to target their backhand, right, is it very likely that they're going to drive past you here from that angle? Probably not.
That's a hard
If
shot.
they do, it would be a drop. This is droppable, but that's a slow moving ball. You transition, I'm up by that time.
So essentially, you're just trying to isolate them hitting their backhand.
Yeah.
Either player.
Right. The other thing you could see from here, right, is if I hit a ball to that right side's backhand, like there, you could see that left side be really aggressive and come over.
With the forehand.
Right? But as long as we're making our fourth and pushing them back, it's going to be a very hard ball to recover from. So they're kind of taking a lot of risk.
Because he's shifting over, I'm then have that opening.
Yeah. As long as we can make a decent fourth counter, it's going to be a lot of court to cover, and that's disconnected now.
Yeah.
So if that person does step in, good for them. Prove to us you can do it consistently.
Great.
And if you can, then we need to change our whole strategy. But not a lot of people can do that consistently unless you're playing 5-0 plus pickleball and cover a lot of court really well.
So essentially, on the return, try to focus on the backhand of each player so it gets us in better position.
In this situation, yes.
Okay.
So when I'm returning from the right, you're up on the left, you're exactly correct.
Okay.
It's not a universal statement, but in this situation, that's what I recommend.
Okay, great.
Now, you know how I said if there's a really good 5-0 plus player who comes in and takes a strong forehand?
Yep.
It's not that there's no way around that. You just have to get creative.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't invite him in there if he can, or he or she can do that consistently, right? Then I do need to start practicing my down the line return.
Where he has to hit a backhand.
Backhand.
Yep.
What that allows you to do is I'm in transition, right? That ball is now completely in front of you.
Yeah.
So you can now step and be big in here as I'm transitioning up. So that's what I consider setting my partner up for success, is keeping the ball in front of them, not in front of them here where they have a ton of angles. From there, he could drive down my line if he has a crazy two-hand backhand, but that's pretty much all I have to cover.
Yeah.
I'm fully trusting that you're gonna cover middle, and if he drops cross, you're gonna have to cover that too. So we each have our responsibilities. It's pretty clear and defined.
Yeah,
if we hit a good quality fourth, I think we're in good control at this point.
Okay.
So the second situation you want to consider is that you're returning from both sides of the court, right? So you'll return some from the right, some from the left. So we're going to go over strategy if we're returning from the left now. Our partner is up, good kitchen position on the right-hand side now.
Yep.
So we'd be getting a serve from the opposite side, obviously. This serve return could be a forehand, it could be a backhand. The technique won't change. Still the same technique, just forehand versus backhand. Now in this situation, again, my primary goal, setting you up for success as my partner, really good court position.
Yep.
So where I would not want to return is that way.
Yeah.
So now I don't want to go to their backhand, right? Because they can cross you line, body, middle, they can cross me, cross court as I'm in transition.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Now it's actually more about targeting forehands.
Okay.
Because that's going to keep the ball in front of you as my partner with good court position.
Yeah.
There is one exception to this. To put it kindly, if that person's backhand is lacking ability, you can target their backhand.
Target the backhand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if they haven't made a third shot drop all day on their backhand, it's worth the risk of going there, even though I know it's opening up angles. If their backhand is lacking quality, you can go there. So what I want to start doing is hitting my return to this person's forehand specifically, or their backhand. I'm really just targeting the right-sided player here because either one of those, forehand or backhand, it's keeping the ball in front of you.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So I'm looking for returns like this, right?
Yep.
It can be right down the middle of this right side. What that's going to allow you to do is kind of be in here more.
Cover here.
Right?
I can get back there.
I have to cover one ball.
Yeah.
It's down line.
Yeah.
Middle is yours. Cross court is yours.
On the left side, you're essentially just trying to hit it to the player right across from you.
Right, yeah, in front of me.
In front of you. That's what I should say, yeah.
They're across the net right in front of me.
Yes, that's a better way to put it.
That's it.
Okay. Great.
And again, the only exceptions to that would be if you're identifying a real weakness on the backhand side. But if they're all good players, they got good forehand, good backhand, I want the ball in front of you.
Yes.
Here.
Okay. Perfect.
Cool.
All right, so you just mentioned to me that this second shot, the serve return, is the most underrated shot in pickleball.
Yeah.
Why?
When you start playing higher level pickleball, the quality of third shots is really good. So if you're leaving a ball right in front of me versus even back to here on me, like if I'm taking a drive from here versus here, this one's gonna be significantly less powerful. So pickleball really is a game of inches. If we can push that return to our abilities even a couple inches farther than normal, it's going to directly impact their contact point on their third shot.
Yeah.
So the quality of your return is affecting the quality of their third.
Yeah.
So it's bigger than you hitting a good ball. It's actually affecting their third.
Okay.
And we have the first stab at that because they have to react to the ball that we give them.
Yeah.
And I think the thing that I've noticed most with coaching some high level players is short returns get punished and that person tends to get picked on the rest of the game. So you kind of put like an easy target on yourself.
That is the second shot, the serve return. Now we go on to third.
Perfect. Cool. Thanks for watching, guys.